Okay, River, we're glad to have you with us today. Yesterday, we were talking about what it means to be powerful and really the lies that we believe that
Right.
steal our power. So I think it's really important that we understand that God created us with free choice.
Yes.
It's the most beautiful thing he gave us. So our freedom is to be able to choose, and that we always have the option, no matter our circumstances in life, there are things that we can choose. And the
Always.
enemy comes and steals. It's what he did to Adam and Eve. He took he took their choice. It's really beautiful to go back to the beginning and see we're still living in that. We're still choosing lies all the time. So when we change our get-tos to have-tos, when we're living powerless, what are some of the lies that the enemy uses against us so that we can begin to be really aware of it?
Right. So some of the biggest lies have to do with God's character.
Yeah.
If God was really good, then fill in the blank. Why would this happen? Why did this
Yes.
happen to me? Why did he
Yes.
let this happen, etc. So as soon as that question, right, that's a question the enemy can ask that gives you the opportunity to choose the lie. I guess God isn't really good. Or maybe
Yes.
he's only good to other people. Or,
Yes.
like he's
or
good,
if
but
I did
not-
this, he would be good to me.
Right. So as soon as
Wow.
we don't believe the truth that he is actually all good, all love, always love, that's a key lie that's going to change the way we view the whole world, and that will cause us to start giving away our power. Because if
Wow.
I don't actually believe that God's good, then I feel like I need to fill in a gap somewhere
Yes.
that God can't fill
Yes.
because I've limited him, and so that's going to cause there to be powerlessness and bitterness and unforgiveness. All these things are going to come because of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another big one is that God is a taskmaster, or
Yes.
somehow his love for me is based on my performance.
Yeah.
So
That's huge.
he only loves me, or he only gives me blessings, or he only when I fill in the blank, when I do this.
Yes.
When the reality is the truth is you can never do anything to make him love you less or love you more. He always loves you the same. And that reality is not true for a lot of people, and that causes you to give away your power because you're looking for
Yes.
love.
So what do you do, because this affects me all the time, what do you do when you identify a lie or a behavior in your parents or based on a stereotype? You identify lies and you give place to them. It's like, well, it's okay, I'm like this because this is how we behave. Or it's almost an expectation. And we joke about it all the time.
Right.
In our own lives, and it can be funny, but when we lose power over it, it loses its funny.
Right. So, I'm this way, because my dad was, or my
Yes.
family, we're dysfunctional. That's,
Yeah.
it becomes a joke. We're, everyone's rude, everyone's loud. Like, it's just,
Yes.
you start to, but then it can be something where you give away power to, instead, I'm defined by something else, not by my
Yes.
choice.
It's really good. I see that happen all the time in my own life, but in talking to people, where it almost is an excuse, or it gives us permission not to take responsibility.
Right.
And we actually, there's
I've
joy
given
in
away
it.
power
Yes.
here, and I'm not responsible because I'm a
Yes.
Sagittarius.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm always this way, right?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, there's always a thing.
So I can't be blamed. So what do we do with blame?
Well, blame's the first sin.
Yes, yes,
The choice was there, but then blame was the first reaction to sin between people.
yes,
We sinned against God. Blame was the first sin between people.
yes,
So blame comes when you are powerless, and responsibility comes for the choices you've made while being. Because even when you're powerless, right? Even if I give them my power, I'm still making choices.
yes.
I'm just pretending I'm not. Or giving.
Yes, that's good.
Then when the responsibility comes back, and
Yeah.
you're like, no, I've given away my power. Here's where my power is.
Yes,
That's blame.
yes. Oh, that's really good.
So wherever
Yes.
I give my power to my spouse, I give my power to my coach, pastor, church. I give
Boss,
my
yeah,
power
whatever.
to I couldn't because of, I'm sorry, I can't be here because work requires me this, and then church so I don't have any time. It's not my fault.
Yes, nothing is anything.
It can't be my fault because
Yes.
I'm powerless.
Yes,
When the reality is,
Wow.
even though you're powerless, you're still making those choices.
That's
Even
so
though you're
good.
saying I have to, you don't actually have to, and you are
Yes.
choosing to, choosing to, choosing to, choosing to. But then when it comes back on you, because you've given away your power, you don't actually believe that it is your fault.
Right.
So the blame is, no, I don't have power. Here's the power. The power is everyone else in my life. I don't have control.
Wow.
That's where blame comes from.
And that's a huge trap. And honestly, there is such deception in that you really believe that that's true.
Right. I think that Adam really believed it was Eve's fault.
Yes. Yes.
Well, Eve's the one who picked it first and gave it to me.
What was
you know.
I supposed to do? I couldn't leave her hanging.
God, you gave me this woman
Yes.
who made me sin.
Wow.
You know, like the blame, he gave away his power as soon as she offered, and he was like, yeah, sure.
Wow.
But that was still a choice he made. And we can all see that. That's a very obvious picture of like, the serpent didn't force feed either of them.
Right.
Eve made a choice, Adam made a choice. There are consequences for the choice.
Wow.
But in their minds, Eve was like, well, he said all these good things.
Yes.
And Adam's like, well, she gave it to me, right? They gave away their power. And that's the source of sin is powerlessness,
Wow.
is an interesting thing.
That's
to look
that's a pretty big statement, isn't it? The source of sin is powerlessness.
at. I
Yeah.
think I might believe it. I don't know. I'm trying
Well,
to check.
tune in tomorrow and we'll find out if we really believe that. That's awesome.